for life.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Happy Mother's Day. Nick could not be here, so it's the Job Guy here to review WWE WrestleMania Backlash. Nick will be here tomorrow, though, for another show. We're going to break down the state of the business after WrestleMania Backlash and then heading into what should be an interesting summer, especially for the WWE, with 4 stadium shows coming up. Should be good. A lot has changed since our last post show, which was like a month ago. We haven't heard from Nick since WrestleMania, so we will have that for you coming up tomorrow. Hopefully I don't tick you off too much tonight, and you will tune in for that then. But for now, yeah, you're stuck with me today, and we're going to break down the matches and give you my thoughts on the show. And since it is Mother's Day, even though you're probably watching this on Monday, instead of giving a letter grade tonight or a 1 through 10 for each match, we're going to grade them with a famous mom. A mom from either a TV show or a movie. Going to mix it up a little bit here, have a little bit of fun. So, like, for instance, a great match, excuse me, a lot of talking since I don't have Nick. A great match would earn a Aunt Viv from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. All right, that makes sense. And not the new, the trash new Aunt Viv. We're talking about the OG Aunt Viv, the one that was out there dancing and stuff, and one. Yeah, that's the Aunt Viv we're talking about. Now, a bad match is probably going to earn like a Kris Kardashian rating, because I'm pretty sure that I'm not positive she's not the devil. So, yeah, bad match, Kris Kardashian. Good match, OG and Viv. Got it? All right, here we go. They started this pay-per-view off with a bang. A lot of people thought it was the best match from WrestleMania. Here we go. Cody and Seth in the rematch. Storyline here, Seth didn't feel like he was prepared for Mania because Cody was the surprise opponent. So he wanted, hey, now that I know you're here, I got time to prepare for you. Here we go. Seth countered a number of moves in this match. They played into that big time. The announcers did a pretty good job selling that story as well. Cody still over big time here. Cody chants throughout the match. This one did kind of turn into an AEW stand there and just slap and beat the crap out of each other a couple of times. But for the most part, this match was way better than that. And I thought better than the Mania match. This was fast-paced, good sequence, outside, up to the top a couple of times, into the pedigree, which they countered. Falcon Arrow into the crossroads was a sweet move. Seth got the foot on the ropes, so the match continued. Cody missed a moonsault, then got hit with a pedigree, kicked out of that. Counters out of finishers. Finally, Seth uses a roll-up with the trunks. Cody reverses it. He pulls the trunks, and he wins it. I don't know if that's the end of the feud. You would think it's not, that they may have one more match, possibly at the Hell in a Cell, coming up here at the next pay-per-view next month. I don't know if I want to see a third match here, but they definitely played it off with, the trunks, that there could be another one. I think this match is better than the Mania match, and a lot of people thought that was the best match of the weekend. So, I mean, this was awesome to me, and just fast-paced, nonstop, a true wrestling match. And I'll tell you, Cody had some good brawls in AEW, especially his very first match, the one with his brother Dustin. That might be the best match in AEW history. That match was incredible. But those are brawls. This was probably the best quote-unquote wrestling match I've ever seen from Cody. I thought it was great, and Seth can go. I thought this was awesome. So for a Mother's Day rating, this match is Stacy's mom. Because, it was a banger, dude. It was awesome. It did have it going on. At least 4 stars. If you thought the Mania match was 4 stars, this one was even better. The problem here was, oh my gosh, this is the opener. Nobody really had any expectations going into this pay-per-view. So it was like, well, oh my gosh, they just, they blew it all on the opening match. Oh, this pay-per-view is going to blow. That's what I thought. Nothing's going to top this. Whew. We were all wrong. Anybody that thought that was definitely wrong. Maybe not on the next match, though. Let's go to the next one. They followed that up with Omos and Lashley. Now, they have started calling Omos the Nigerian Giant. And if you remember going back a year, he was AJ's tag team partner, and they were calling him the Colossus Omos. Like, I've never thought about this until they started calling him the Nigerian Giant now, changed his nickname. And they did say Colossus a couple times tonight. But I was sitting there going, was Colossus just one of these words that Vince came up with? Like stupendous or whatever, like some word no one says. And they had nothing to rhyme with it, because everything's got a rhyme. So he was like, Colossus. Almost. Like I know it doesn't even rhyme. Was that as close as they could get? Is that how they got this guy's name?
I don't know.
I've never heard that name before. No one on earth has ever had that name before. So I was just wondering, Colossus Almost? Whatever. He's the Nigerian Giant now. Here we go. All Almost early. He was showing off the power. But then he got tied up in the ropes like Andre the Giant, with his arms caught in the ropes. Lashley starts teeing off. He gets the better of him. Keeps going. Lashley's laying in the corner over the turnbuckle. Here comes MVP, who was a big part in this. Remember, Lashley won the Mania match. MVP turned. MVP smokes him in the throat with his cane. Then he falls down almost with a double arm power bomb thing, throws him down. 1, 2, 3. Omos is the winner. Biggest win of his career by far. Pretty obvious finish, though, after Lashley won that last match. You kind of knew that unless Omos was going to be done here, he had to win this match. So pretty obvious here. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't like good by any stretch whatsoever. It was better than their Mania match, though. But since this match was just kind of there, the mom rating is Betty Rubble. Betty Rubble's fine, but she's just there on the Flintstone. Nobody really gives a rip about Betty Rubble, do they? Am I wrong here? Like, we care about Fred. We care about Barney. We care about Wilma. We care about Dino. We care about Bam Bam. He's sweet. He's got a big club. We care about Pebbles. And then Betty. Like, it's everybody else and then Betty. She doesn't suck, but way down the list. Betty Rubble. Sorry. There you go. Next. AJ against Edge. Damian Priest is barred from ringside for this match. So Edge beats AJ at Mania in what I thought was maybe the most disappointing match of the weekend. Thought that match was just going to be incredible, and it was a massive letdown. Very slow, whatever. And then Edge wins when Priest just kind of stood there and did nothing at all. And now Edge turns into some super scary, supernatural devil guy who takes time to make fun of people with southern accents in his spare time like he did last week.
I'll take care of horseman business.
This has been terrible. Nobody wanted to see Edge as a heel. Nobody asked for this. It's just, you're trying too hard, dude. So, anyway, in honor of Nick, who was not here, the first big move, many big moves right off the gate in this match. So in honor of Nick, AJ hit an acai moonsault. Anybody that knows Nick out there knows he hates the acai moonsault going back to the luchadors in WCW back in the day. And he loves saying acai moonsault. We'll have to get him to do that tomorrow. Anyway, lots of big moves early. Priest then at some point, good match, very good, better paced than the Mania match. Lots of action. Priest ends up coming down to ringside, and then Finn Balor comes out. He takes him out. Remember, he helped AJ out on Monday. They ended up doing their ripoff to Sweet Sign from the Balor Club. So they're boys again, Bullet Club, I should say. And then a masked person comes out. AJ's up on the top rope. Looks like he's about to win this thing. A masked person comes running out and knocks AJ off the rope. They have a hood on and all black. Pants looked familiar, though. AJ then gets in a chokehold, and Edge wins. AJ is unconscious. Byron Saxton keeps yelling over and over, even though it's totally obvious who the person is, and it didn't help that, it got leaked a little bit that this was going to happen. We just didn't know when. He's like, who is this? Who is he? Who is he? Who is he? He must have said he 3 times.
His name is Jeff Hardy.
Takes off the hood. It's Rhea Ripley. Now, Jimmy Smith, who he's just not great at this wrestling thing. He's a very good announcer with MMA. He only ever just goes, oh, anytime anybody does anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Walks down the aisle. Oh, Hurricane Rana. Oh, he goes, when Rhea took off the thing, he goes, it's Rhea Ripley. He was like all happy about it. Like super happy about it. It was like she won a 50-50 raffle or something at the Knights of Columbus. He was super, the guy on Price is Right. Rhea Ripley, come on down. Like, he was happy about it. They're bad guys. They're supposed to be like evil as evil can be. And this guy's super happy about Rhea Ripley. The crowd actually cheered as well. So who knows where this is going? It did not work for me at all. The announcing, as I said, Rhea was wearing her normal wrestling pants. So anybody, they would have known that it was her. And it just seems like another botched angle, gimmick, whatever, for her. They have not done her right since getting called up a couple of years ago. Now, I don't watch NXT, but everybody said she was amazing down there, like just about everybody else. But you can tell, look at her. I mean, she's built for wrestling, but they just haven't seemed to found a good place for her. And I don't know that this faction is the right place, since no one seems to want it. Like, where's it going? And I think Vince or maybe Edge, whoever, looked at her look and goes, oh yeah, we're rock stars. We're like 80s metal people and whatever. Yeah, she looks like that. Throw her in here. I don't know if that's what people want to see from her either. I don't know. Could be wrong. This match was way better than Mania. I thought it was great, but the end was an absolute popcorn fart for me. So the mom rating here, because of the finish, in the angle and everything, is Roseanne. The booking of this entire Edge thing is fat, it's lazy, it's loud, and it's friggin' obnoxious. It's Roseanne. Also a terrible mom. That's how I feel about this Edge gimmick. Maybe I'm wrong. I know there probably are some people out there that like it. I just happen to not be one of them. Good match, though. Now we get to Charlotte and Ronda Rousey, women's SmackDown title. It is an I Quit match. Charlotte won the match in Mania due to some weird ref issues that happened. That match wasn't very good. The ending was absolutely terrible. The feud, there are not many people who have liked this feud from the get-go. It's been stale. Ronda has seemed out of it, like to the point where I don't think she's cut out for sports entertainment at all. Her work has been fine, but the promos, the character, all of that has just not been good. It wasn't good at the end of her first run, and it has been awful since she came back at the Royal Rumble. So bad that most people, myself included, did not even want to watch this match. All of that said, I'm glad I did. Wow. Real fast start here. Good action, the way it should be, because they had the pull-apart brawls just last week. They had the one before Mania where we were on banging each other on cars and all this stuff. So they've had all that. These two supposed to hate each other. So good to get the sucker going right out of the gate and the violence going right out of the gate. Pretty cool spot. They were on the stage with kendo sticks. Flair had 2 of them. Ronda took it, then kind of did a monkey flip thing with the sticks, threw Charlotte down the ramp, and then started beating her with the kendo sticks. I'm thinking, all right, this is as violent as they're going to get. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's the Moops. They were just getting started with the violence. They go into the crowd. Charlotte had her at one point wrapped around like the railing in the aisleway, pulling her up like a camel clutch over top of the railing. That was pretty sweet. She then power bombed Ronda into the barricade, and Ronda just looked like she did not take a good bump there at all. I mean, it was sick, dude. They then Ronda gets control. Armbar upside down, hanging from the turnbuckle. So not only is her leg hurt, her knee, she's got the armbar on Charlotte as well. Charlotte got out of that. Gets to the end. Flair gets a chair in the middle of the ring, tells Ronda, hey, here's your last chance to say you quit. Oh, and happy Mother's Day. Ronda quick grabs the arm, puts it through the chair, puts on the arm bar, says to quit. She doesn't. Ronda says, I thought you'd say that, and then cranks it even harder, allegedly breaking her arm. She quits. That's it. Ronda is the SmackDown Women's Champion. Great way to write off Charlotte. She's about to get married here to Andrade. I don't know if it's this week or next week, whatever it is. So taking time off, obviously. Mom rating for this match. It was a mother. It was a mofo is what it was. That's what kind of mother this match. This match was awesome. It was incredible, dude. This match was a mofo. I mean, it stole the show. I don't think anybody out there expected a single thing from this, from the feud that's been so stale, so bland, so boring. This match made up for all of it. It was a hardcore match, so it's not pretty. It was brutal. It was rough. It was tough. But if for only one night, a one-night stand, you might say, it was incredible. And that's why this match was Stifler's mom.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
A baking powder?
For one night, they made it work, and they put it all together. Stifler's mom. I'll tell you what, this might be the greatest. I'm not kidding. Seriously. This might be the greatest women's match I've ever seen. It might be. I'm going to have to go back and think about it, look at it and whatnot. Now, I don't watch NXT. So I know somebody out there immediately is going to say, oh, well, it's not as good as Bayley and Sasha was at TakeOver or this or that, mainly the Bayley-Sasha match. I haven't seen it because I don't watch NXT. So maybe that's better. If I watch it, might be wrong. But the storytelling here, the I quit, the things they put each other through, it just all made sense. It was awesome. Hardcore women's match. again, I'd have to go back and think about that. There's been a whole lot of them on TV in the past year or two, mainly on the other channel. This blew those matches out of the water. I'm sorry. This was so much better. The moves they did and everything made sense. They sold them. It was terrific, man. Shocker of the night, stole the show. The only thing it was missing, in honor of Roddy Piper, because, you know, Ronda loves her. Excuse me, loves him. In honor of Piper, the ref should have just started yelling into the microphone like Piper did at WrestleMania 11. That's the only thing it was missing. The incoherent babble by Roddy Piper into the microphone for that Bret Hart Bob Backlund match. Awesome match. I loved it.
Thank you.
How do you follow that? Well, you know what? I don't know, because I didn't really watch the next match. I was sitting here still thinking about that one. Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin follow that up. They're kind of put in a tough spot here. And the feud is whatever. People just don't like Corbin. I'm one of them. I mean, he's a good worker, and he's good at his character. I just don't care. Moss is interesting. See where they go with this guy, but I'll be honest, I paid like no attention to this match. I just saw a couple things here and there. It's Moss winning with a sunset flip. Because I barely paid attention to it, everybody online that I have seen, though, says it was a well-worked match. So it's kind of tough to rank this one since the feud's been forgettable, and I need a forgettable mom about a match I didn't watch. Let's go with Mama from Mama's Family. I mean, because, like, who remembers that show other than me? I actually like that show. It's a good show, but, like, through time, who remembers it, really? So there we go. Mama from Mama's Family. That's the rating here. So the last match of the night, man. So this is a strange one. It's the Bloodline, Roman and the Usos against RKBro and Drew. Now, these guys were put in a very tough spot as well, because this was supposed to be the tag team unification match. They advertised it. Everybody was like, oh, sweet. Okay, is this the end of the brand split? They already merged. Roman has the titles. Are they going to merge these? And all right, what's going to happen here? And then out of the blue, they go, no, we're just going to make this a six-man, not a trios match, a six-man match with no ramifications. It's not like winner take all or anything. So everybody's like, we see those on Raw and SmackDown like every week.
Bogus!
Cool. All right. And this is your main event? Yeah. Plus, all these other matches have been so good all night, putting a lot of pressure on the big boys here in the main event. They lived up to it, though. They passed the test. They teased Roman and Drew throughout the match, as they should. Looks like that's where we're going to be going here in the future. Roman gets in the ring one time with Drew and then just tags right out without touching. Building that heat up. Kind of normal WWE style here for a little bit. The Usos are dominating. They're dealing on everybody. Then they do a little kind of mistag is the way they sold it. They mistimed it. Roman tagged in at the same exact time Drew does, and everybody else is laid out. So they finally square off. Crowd's going nuts the whole time here. Nothing at stake, like we said, just a normal tag match, but it was classic, man. Old school tag match here for a while. Lots of emotion, the hot tags. You thought it was over, then somebody saves the day. A lot of cool moves, a lot of cool saves. Really got the crowd into it like you would at a house show or something. Nonstop. Incredible. Then they picked up the pace even more. They're just going. This was awesome. Finally, Drew and Roman are on the outside. Looks like Roman's going to go through the announce table. Drew kind of gets rock bottomed through the announce table. And then right after that, boom, boom, boom. Everybody starts flying over the top and nailing each other. Everybody's again laid out. We go to the finish right after that. It's Riddle with an RKO on an Uso from the top rope, but he hits it, gets up, and it is immediately speared by Roman, who gets the win. A little shocked by the finish. I figured this is a six-man match. Well, that's an easy way to get the bloodline a loss. You know, the Usos have been pinned a million times. Why don't you have them lose? So I was surprised by that. Roman, again, standing tall. He wins it for his team. I think the bloodline's great. I think Roman is absolutely untouchable right now. Like, he is on top of the mountain, and there's nobody even close to him. I'm sorry, from AEW, Japan, whatever. They may be better workers, but the complete package and how he looks and acts, he's the biggest star there is. You cannot touch this guy, and he stays on top here. So I'm not complaining, but I was a little bit shocked. But I think overall, this match was tremendous. This is a bad match. I mean, this match was hard, man. I thought it was great. And if you got a hard match, you need a hard mom. And who harder than Sarah Connor? This match was Sarah Connor. Don't mess with her. This was great. The show, shockingly, the show of the year. I would compare this to a year ago with the Crown Jewel. Nothing expected there whatsoever. Thought the show was going to absolutely suck. And I thought it was the best WWE show of the year, maybe the overall show of the year. Absolutely loved it. So overall, mom rating, not the greatest mom of all time here, but a pretty darn good one. It's WWE Backlash is Claire Huxtable. Claire Huxtable is tonight's show. Not the best, but up there. So, yeah, you know, we hear about great wrestling all the time now. Everybody, great wrestling. Oh, WWE can't wrestle. Every other company on earth is better wrestling than WWE. Well, this pay-per-view says you're wrong.
Wrong.
It flat out says you're wrong. Every match here was wrestled incredibly well. I would put it up against anybody, and the psychology of the matches was better than the other companies that just do a bunch of moves. That's what separates it, and that's why I think this is up there. And I had zero expectations. I was ready to give this pay-per-view Morticia Addams overall because, you know, I might need a mortician here because it was going to kill me to watch this thing. No, it's Claire Huxtable, the exact opposite. Very happy with the show. Where we go next? Well, obviously, we're going Roman Drew. We'll see what happens there. Charlotte's written off, so Ronda needs a new opponent. Who will that be? Bayley, maybe. We'll see what's going on with that. The tag teams, we still don't know. Are they going to keep this going? Are they going to combine the belts? I don't know what they're going to do. We will have to see, but it looks like they may have blown off a few feuds here, or they may go one more time at Hell in a Cell. I hope not. I don't want to see a lot of these 3 times, but we will see. Hey, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Nick will be back. That's enough of me talk. I have not spoken this long, and I don't know how long, like ever. I don't think I have spoken this many words without stopping in a very long time. So I will be more than happy to have Nick back tomorrow as we look forward like I just did. And we'll also look at AEW, and they got a big month of May and June here coming up. So we will take a look at those guys as well. Hope you can join us. As always, thank you for checking this one out today. Please hit like, please smash that subscribe, tab there. We really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. And if you got anything to say about this, please leave a comment. We'd love to get back to you. Are we nuts? Are we not? What did you like about the show? And what do you think going forward? That's it for now. Job Guy out. Till tomorrow. See ya.
Pleasure's all yours, Bucky boys.